Welcome, humans. You're listening to an episode of Thorn in Your Side. And I'm your host, C. Thorn. This is the podcast where I talk about information and opinions, both popular and unpopular, related to random topics, both serious and non-serious. And you might as well listen because it needs to be said. And besides, you already pressed the play button. So come over here, don't escape, and prepare to be entertained and informed. I said it before, and I'll say it again. This cool weather is off the heezy faux sheezy. I've been waiting for this kind of weather since the summer, and it makes me want to take off my...
the weather, I usually spend most of my time streaming gotcha games to my viewers and followers. Most of them don't have a life, which is why my viewership is always high.
This is weird. For someone who has a bunch of followers and viewers, you sure don't seem to appreciate them one bit. And I get the feeling you don't even care about them.
That's because I don't. I don't know these people, so why would I care about them? If they want to stare at my over-sexualized avatars while I gamble money in gotcha games for crispy ankles, then I'm taking full advantage of it.
Honestly, you shouldn't think like that. In fact, you should be glad that people care enough to look at your...
We're back, Wodies! And guess what? See that guy? Watch that scene! Here comes the dancing king! Oceanside!
Thanks for the intro, Will, bro. Yeah. You all are looking at the dancing champion who was easily able to defend his title and win the trophy. My competition was pathetic, and I almost felt sorry for them. Yeah.
That's good to hear, Mr. Orca. If you're interested, I have some products that you
Not now, Snoober. Seriously, why can't y'all knock instead of bursting through my door like that? Keep doing it, then you might end up breaking it.
Sure, human! But aren't you glad that my Orca Bro won that dance competition? There were a good amount of contestants, including a bunch of girls wearing skimpy outfits. I was so tempted to throw money at them since I'm obsessed with gotcha games, but I was able to control myself this time.
Of course we're glad. It sucks that I'm banned from the state fair because I won't stream the whole dance competition. And I'm sure all my followers and viewers will send donations since they'll do whatever I tell them to do.
It's okay, Squid, Will. I'm sure you wanted to be there to support me, but it's all good. Yeah. Let's just say I show those humans how to really drop it like it's hot. And when I do that, then you might as well call the fire department. Yeah.
That sounds fun. Mr. Orca, why don't you show us some of your award-winning dance moves? Afterwards, we can celebrate by purchasing some of my completely harmless items that I'm obviously lying about.
Great idea! That creature is really cute and really smart. In fact, I feel like throwing money at you right now since you're almost as cute as the little girls I gamble on while playing mobile games.
Please, don't throw money at me. I'm too cute and fluffy to get hurt. But I do accept cash, credit cards, and EBT. Just toss it into
No one is throwing money at anyone. Mr. Whale, you should know better than this because you already went to jail for throwing money at random kids. Remember? Also, there's not going to be any dancing in my house since it's already kind of crowded in here. And I don't want you to cause a...
My body is ready to dance, so it's time for me to get crunk up in here. Yeah. Squid, bro, toss me a beat.
I got you, bro. Cotton candy, sweet and low. Let me see that
Oh,
Tootsie
wow.
Roll.
Are y'all serious?
Come on. Tootsie Roll.
That's an old
Just make
song.
that Tootsie Roll. Come on. Tootsie Roll. Just make that Tootsie Roll. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right.
Y'all can stop
To the
now.
front,
I
to the
get it.
front, to the
Please
back,
stop
to the
singing and
back.
dancing.
Now slide.
Keep going, Orca, bro.
Baby, slide. Just
Show 'em what you're made of.
Excuse me.
Now
Oh,
dip,
shit,
baby,
son.
dip, baby, dip.
Oh, yeah. Watch me move.
Dip, baby, dip. Now stop. Break it down. Stop.
Holy cannoli. Mr. Orca, stop moving like that. It's creeping me out. That's enough. That is enough. Mr. Orca, that has to be some of the scariest twerking I've ever seen. And trust me, I've seen some scary, cringy twerking in the past because I remember the 2013 Video Music Awards. And let's just say that woman did not get the best of both worlds.
The way human. Yeah. That dance is the reason why I always win my competitions. And I'm proud of it. Yeah.
That's good for you, but it was pretty scary seeing you move like that.
This is not a good thing. It's almost that time of the year again, which means there will be a bunch of scared people all over the place.
Oh, wow, you're right. Halloween is coming up soon, which means people are getting ready
Did
to...
you say Halloween? I love that holiday. Not only will all my mobile games have skimpy costumes for the little girls, but there'll be girls around here who don't mind dressing up like a bunch
Hold
of...
up there, Mr. Whale. I'll admit that skimpy costumes is one of the things that ruin Halloween, but there's something else far more dangerous, and that's trick-or-treating. So, to everyone out there who likes Halloween and is okay with trick-or-treating, I don't mean to be a thorn in your side, but it's time for us to get rid of the trick-or-treating tradition. Yep, you heard me. We need to get rid of trick-or-treating for safety reasons. As you all should definitely know by now, Halloween is the holiday that takes place on October 31st every year. People celebrate it by dressing up in various costumes, as well as decorating their house with scary items, such as skeletons and witches. For the longest, one of the traditions of Halloween is for kids, as well as older people, to go trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating is the activity of going to random houses and asking people for free candy. Of course, right there is the problem
What's wrong
because...
with asking for free stuff? I always ask my followers and viewers for donations because I know they'll give it to me. They're so desperate for my approval, and they actually think I care about them.
I agree. If someone wants to give me free candy because of how cute I am, then why should I refuse? As a businessman, I accept all freebies since I can just resell them at a higher price.
Well, there's actually more to that. For the longest, I found the concept of trick-or-treating just dangerous. I'm sure everyone's parents told them to never accept candy or anything from a complete stranger, right? Of course. And yet, Halloween is the only day that is okay. Now, just to repeat myself, I had no intentions of being a thorn in your side. But it's honestly time for us to do away with trick-or-treating. I know it's tradition, but let's be serious, people. The world is a different place than it was several years ago, and not just because of the pandemic. This might sting a bit, but we can all agree that it's more difficult to trust people nowadays. You have some people in this country who are completely fine with making sure you regret dealing with them. So can you imagine those same people giving out candy to your children? Every single year, there are lots of news reports about parents finding weird objects or something wrong with their children's candy after trick-or-treating. Nails, wood, suspicious powder, and bugs are just some of the things I remember hearing about while watching or reading the news. It's crazy. Why are people willing to do that just to hurt a bunch of kids? These people are literally tainting candy, cookies, chocolate, and other treats just to put a person's health at risk.
To me, it just seems like you humans have a tendency to hate each other, and what better way to make each other mad than to hurt their kids? As the enforcer at the Ghetto Gangsta Gotcha Roll unit, I honestly hate when people find satisfaction in hurting innocent people, especially kids.
I know that's right. Although I love gambling for little girls in my mobile games, I would never want to hurt them or get them sick. Instead, I would just stare at them for a long time.
That's still pretty creepy, Mr. Whale, so you should probably stop doing that. On the plus side, I'm glad you two are on the same page because trick-or-treating is just risky, especially nowadays. My final point is that if you thoughtfully believe that trick-or-treating is completely safe and kids should keep doing it because it's Halloween tradition, then I completely disagree. Times have changed since the innocent days of getting free candy from nice people on Halloween. Nowadays, there are some people who purposely want to cause mischief and danger. Like I said earlier, it's getting more difficult to trust people nowadays because some of them may have ulterior motives as well as impure goals. Now, for as long as I can remember, every Halloween gave us news reports of parents and adults finding something wrong with the candy kids acquired from trick-or-treating. And that's scary. And not in a good way. Yes, it's nice getting free stuff because if you're like me, you like free stuff. I love getting free stuff. But here's the thing. Not everyone has good intentions. That's pretty much why going to a complete stranger's house to get free candy is so risky. You're hoping to get a tasty treat, but instead, you might be the victim to a devious trick. But I digress. Fortunately, there are some alternatives to traditional trick-or-treating. For stars, just trick-or-treat at houses of the people you know. Instead of hoping a complete stranger has the good stuff, just go to the people who know you so they can hook you up. Also, there's another alternative called trunk or treat, which is very funny to say out loud. Trunk or treat, trunk or treat. Basically, you invite a bunch of friends, church members, neighbors, school staff, or whoever to bring their vehicles to an open parking lot and have a group of kids in costumes go from vehicle to vehicles getting treats. I definitely approve of this because everyone knows each other and people usually host a trunk or treat. That's so funny to say. They host a trunk or treat during the day, which means everyone will see everybody.
Yeah. Sounds like something I will be good at. Since I have so much junk in the trunk, I could probably teach those kids some cool dance moves.
No, Mr. Orca, not that kind of trunk. It's the trunk of the vehicles, which is the back part. That's where people put the candy and the treats for the kids.
Doesn't matter. You humans suck at dancing, which is why I won that dance competition with minimum effort. I feel sorry for all of you, which is why I'm nice enough to show the kids how to properly twerk in all directions.
Trick-or-treating sounds fun. To promote my business, I'll have to go to one of those so I can give out samples. You humans won't be able to resist my cuteness and fluffiness. So I will get a lot of customers that will be addicted to my items.
Don't forget about me, Snoober. Just let me know what kind of dangerous and severely unhealthy products you want me to advertise in my stream, and I'll pressure my viewers and followers into buying them. They'll do whatever it takes to impress me, and they're very desperate for me to acknowledge them.
For the last time, Mr. Squid, you should care about your viewers and followers because they could...
Relax, human. influencer of the Ghetto Gangsta Gotcha Will unit, I'll spend the entire night playing gotcha games on my 6 streaming accounts so that my viewers will watch me all night long. They'll be so distracted by my avatars and gambling, they'll have no interest in trick-or-treating.
Well, okay. I guess staring at someone gambling for hours is less dangerous than receiving candy from a stranger.
Of course! And what better way to make sure you're awake the whole time than by drinking this delicious energy drink? It's called the Ultra Atomic Energy Explosion Double XL drink. And gives you an infinite supply of energy.
Sounds good to me, cute creature. Let me get some of that because I'm gonna gamble on this gotcha game all night long.
That doesn't sound healthy at all, Mr. Whale. Besides, I doubt anything could give you an infinite amount of energy, so you should know but Whoa. Hold up. Snooper, did you say Ultra Atomic Energy Explosion Double SL drink?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Yeah. By the way, what are you doing with that baseball bat?
Something I should have done a long time ago.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Thorn in Your Side. And now I'm your host, C. Thorn. Feel free to share, follow, subscribe, tweet, comment, react, and all that other good stuff. And there'll be another monumental episode next week. And remember, be smart and stay sharp.